Welcome to Connective Education and Care. Today we will look at Unit 004, Outcome 2, Part 5, Factors that may affect children and young people, social and emotional. Social and emotional factors that can affect health, well-being and development, including gender. Gender stereotypes. Even today, children can be exposed to gender-based stereotypes, with shops offering girls' clothes and toys and boys' clothes and toys. Children and parents can face teasing and criticism if they choose to dress or play with toys that break this stereotype. For instance, if a little boy decides to play with a doll, he can be told that it is a girl's toy and not for him. To counteract this stereotype, children should be encouraged to play with whatever interests them. Gender inequality. Women tend to live longer than men, but spend fewer years in good health. The gender pay gap puts women at greater risk of living in poverty, which would affect their well-being. Transgender. Experiences of discrimination, social exclusion, harassment and violence directly impact the health and well-being of transgender individuals. However, transitioning and being able to express gender identity improves health and well-being. Please pause the video here and open 004 Learning Outcome 2 Part 5 Worksheet 1. Once you have completed Worksheet 1, please continue the video. Social and emotional factors that can affect health, well-being and development, including types of family. Single-parent families. This can have positive and negative impacts on both the parent and children. Parents may feel grief and isolation when their children envy friends who have two parents. It may cause stress and anxiety due to money worries. However, it can lead to an extremely strong bond between the parent and children, and the parent can be a great role model for their children. Same-sex families. Few differences can be found between same-sex families and nuclear families, a mum and dad and children. As long as the relationship between the two parents is healthy and they love and support their children, then the children will grow up feeling secure with a good sense of self-worth. Nuclear families. As long as the relationship between the two parents is healthy and they love and support their children, then the children will grow up feeling secure with a good sense of self-worth. Foster families. Children in foster care have often been subject to abuse or neglect before reaching their foster parents. Due to this, their social skills may be delayed. They may develop emotional and trust issues and find it hard to form close relationships. Step families. This type of family is becoming increasingly common. It can bring positive and negative outcomes. Children may enjoy being part of a larger family, having more children to play with, and seeing their parent happy. However, they may come with unresolved issues and resent the new family setup, leading to behavioural issues. Parents may feel a sense of relief that they have someone to share the day-to-day responsibilities with. However, they may suffer from stress and anxiety when trying to parent children that are not their own. Childless family. This may be a lifestyle choice and can bring a great sense of well-being as the adults choose to spend their time and money focusing on their relationship rather than children. However, if a couple are unable to have children, this can place a great strain on the individuals and the relationship. Parenting styles. The indulgent parent. This type of parenting is very loving, but there is very little discipline or structure in the child's life. Children brought up in this way, whilst very secure with high self-esteem, could tend to have a sense of entitlement and make poor decisions due to a lack of problem-solving or decision-making skills. Neglectful parents. This is characterised by a lack of attention to a child's needs. These types of parents are emotionally absent and are happy to let the TV or technology babysit their children. Children brought up in this way find it difficult to form successful relationships. They can suffer anxiety and depression due to the lack of family support and are at greater risk of developing behavioural problems in their adult years. Authoritative parent. This type of parenting sets high expectations for their children, putting in a loving, supporting environment. Children are given a degree of independence within clearly defined boundaries. Children brought up in this way are self-confident and independent. They are able to form strong, healthy relationships and are less likely to be affected by peer pressure. Authoritarian parent. This type of parenting also sets high expectations for their children. However, this isn't with a loving and nurturing environment. Children are given little or no choice in decisions, and their mistakes tend to be punished harshly. Children brought up in this way may grow up to associate obedience and excess with love. They can be aggressive, have low self-esteem, and be shy and nervous around others. Social and emotional factors that can affect health, well-being and development. Relationships. Parent and child. A relationship between parent and child needs to be consistent and sensitive in order to avoid any negative emotional impact. If children feel they can rely on a parent for comfort when they are distressed, they will grow up feeling that they are worthy of love and care. Children with a strong emotional bond to their parents are less likely to be influenced by peer pressure in their teens. Siblings. When siblings are young, their type of relationship varies depending on age and gender. When they are young, they tend to fight in physical ways, but as they grow older, this will develop into verbal arguments. Adult siblings tend to have relationships that fall into one of the 5 following categories. Extremely devoted, placing sibling relationship above all others. Close and caring friends, but place a higher value on marriage and parent-child relationships. Loyalty based on commonly family history, maintain regular contact, participate in family gatherings, and are there in times of crisis. Don't really feel connected and have infrequent and no contact. Hostility, based on a resentment and anger. Friendships. These are important for a number of reasons and can promote health and well-being through support, boosting self-esteem, keeping you active and helping you to have a positive approach. However, dysfunctional friendships have a negative impact on health and well-being. Friends can pressure individuals into doing things that are bad for them and can damage their self-esteem through constant criticism. Adverse childhood experiences, ACEs. These traumatic experiences occur before the age of 18 and are remembered throughout childhood. These can include emotional abuse. This can include exposing a child to violence, modelling bad behaviour, or failing to meet a child's emotional needs. This can lead to a child developing mental health problems, eating disorders, and can lead to self-harming. Sexual abuse. Any sexual activity that a child is persuaded to take part in is classed as sexual abuse. It doesn't have to involve physical contact, and the child may not realise that it's wrong at the time. This can lead to severe mental health problems and the risk of self-harm. Physical abuse. This includes anything that would directly harm the child's physical safety. Children who are physically abused may not do well at school, become involved in criminal behaviour, and may develop drug and alcohol problems. They can also suffer mental health problems. Shaking a baby can lead to serious injuries, including brain damage, hearing and visual impairments, learning problems, and behavioural problems. Domestic abuse. This is an ongoing pattern of abusive, coercive, and controlling behaviour, involving physical, sexual, emotional, and financial abuse. Children who experience domestic abuse are more likely to be a part of an abusive relationship as adults. Neglect. This is a consistent failure to meet a child's basic needs. Children who experience neglect are more likely to get involved in crime, have alcohol or drug problems, and get involved in dangerous relationships. Please use the link below for further information. Please pause the video here and open 004 Learning Outcome 2, Part 5, Worksheet 2. Once you have completed Worksheet 2, please continue the video. Educational experiences. Education can help individuals to live longer and healthier lives. The well-being of everyone within a learning community can be positively developed by fostering a safe, caring, supportive and purposeful environment that enables the development of the relationships based on mutual respect. Schools and colleges have a critical role in supporting students to make healthy lifestyle choices and to understand the consequences on lifelong health and well-being. However, if educational experiences are affected by bullying, problems with learning or feeling unable to fit in, then an individual's well-being can be negatively affected. Students can suffer mental health problems when studying for exams, such as anxiety and depression. Cultural and racial diversity. Culture is a set of ideas, customs and behaviours shared by a particular group of people or society. It can affect how a group of people think of health, illness and death, causes of diseases, where they seek help and the types of treatment they want. All of these things can influence health and well-being. Young people from different cultural backgrounds can feel caught between two sets of cultural standards and values due to cultural views on sexuality, relationships, gender roles, education and employment. They can feel restricted in their choice of friends, and dating can cause family conflict. Racial diversity. Race refers to an individual's race, colour, nationality and ethnic or national origins. Some races have a higher chance of certain diseases. For instance, sickle cell anemia is more prominent in Africans, Asians, Middle Eastern individuals and East Europeans. Mental health issues can arise due to racism, which can lower an individual's self-esteem and confidence, which can lead to individuals withdrawing from contact with others or being afraid of going to school or work. This will increase the risk of problems such as depression, anxiety and substance use. Please pause the video here and open 004 Learning Outcome 2 Part 5 Worksheet 3. Once you have completed Worksheet 3, you have completed 004 Learning Outcome 2 Part 5.